Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today I have a grammar lesson for you. We're going to talk about one of the most common mistakes that I hear English learners make. We are going to look at descriptive adjectives that end in ed and ing. I am excited or I am exciting. It is tired or it is tiring. It might sound simple or easy, but lots of students get this wrong. So it's really important that you learn the differences and you practice. Before we get started, there is a free PDF and exercise pack that goes with this lesson. It contains the full PDF summary of everything we discuss in the lesson today, along with extra examples and a quiz. You can take the exercise questions to test your understanding and make sure you've properly understood the lesson. If you'd like to download the free PDF and exercise pack, click on the link in the description box. You enter your name and your email address, you sign up to my mailing list, and the PDF will automatically arrive in your inbox. After that, you will automatically receive all of my free lesson PDFs along with my course updates, news and offers. Right, let's get started with the lesson. Firstly, I'd like to review adjectives. Adjectives are words used to describe a noun. They can describe size, colour, amount, feeling, etc. Take a look at this basic sentence. I have a car. We can add in some adjectives to paint a better picture for the reader or the listener. I have a red car. Or maybe we'll use multiple adjectives. I have a large, red, Italian car. Perhaps some of you knew that information, but it never hurts to review. But now let's move on to the interesting bit. Or is it the interested bit? Let's start by looking at ed adjectives. And when I'm talking about ed adjectives, these are adjectives that end with ed. Tired, interested, excited, and so on. Simply put, ed adjectives are used to describe how a person feels. I am bored. She is tired. We were amazed. They are pleased. Now, in all of these sentences, if we replace the be verb with the verb to feel, it will still make sense. I feel bored. She feels tired. We felt amazed. They feel pleased. We can also use ed adjectives when we use the prepositions by, with, and in to explain why a person feels a certain way. I was entertained by the dancer's performance. The dancer's performance is what entertained me. He was impressed with the plans for the new building. The plans for the new building are what caused him to feel impressed. They were interested in my new book. My new book is what caused them to be interested. It's important to note that we only use ed adjectives when we're describing people and animals. Why? Well, we're the only ones that can feel. A table cannot feel, a show cannot feel, but people and animals can feel. A person can be interested, but a table cannot be interested. An animal can feel scared, but a car cannot feel scared. Right, so we know that ed adjectives are used to describe people and animals and their feelings. What about ing adjectives? Ing adjectives are used to describe how something makes someone feel. Ing adjectives do not describe a feeling. They describe how something makes someone feel. The something can be a person, animal, place, thing, object, book. The someone, a person or an animal. Let's take a closer look. I've been watching a new TV series recently and it hasn't really caught my attention. It's rather slow, it's rather dull. If I wanted to use an adjective to describe this TV series, which should I use? Bored or boring? Let's first think about what I'm trying to describe. I'm trying to describe a show. Can a show feel? No, it's not a person, it's not an animal. We know we use ed adjectives to describe a feeling. So we can't use bored here. The show is boring. Boring makes sense because we use ing adjectives to describe the way something, like a show, makes someone, like me, feel. Let's use it in a sentence. The new show I'm watching is really boring. A perfect sentence, if I do say so myself. So ing adjectives are used to describe how something makes someone feel. So if the show I'm watching is boring, I can describe myself as bored. I am bored because I'm watching a boring show. Let's try a couple more examples and see if you can get them first. His speech was really interesting or interested. Which one? I'll give you 5 seconds. It's interesting. We're describing a speech it can't feel, so we use the ing adjective interesting. What about this one? The meal was really... It made me feel... Where does satisfying go and where does satisfied go? I'll give you 5 seconds. The meal was really satisfying. It made me feel satisfied. So the key takeaway here is that ing adjectives describe the thing that makes someone feel a certain way, while ed adjectives describe the feeling. Let's practice together. I'll say a sentence and then I'll ask you a question. Ready? She was confused whilst watching the movie. She was confused whilst watching the movie. Based on her feeling, how would we describe the movie? We would describe the movie as confusing. It was a confusing movie because it made her feel confused. Let's try another one. Mary was tired after the long drive. Mary was tired after the long drive. Based on how Mary feels, how can we describe the drive? We can describe the drive as tiring. Tiring. We know that the long drive was tiring because Mary was tired. Right, that's it for today's lesson. I hope it cleared up some of your doubts about ing adjectives and ed adjectives. Now it's time to put what you've learnt into practice and check your understanding to make sure that you really do understand it, that it hasn't been confusing for you and it hasn't left you feeling confused. The free lesson PDF has got lots more examples and it's got a quiz so you can take the exercise questions and make sure it's all in here. If you'd like to download the PDF, just click on the link in the description box. You enter your name and your email address and the PDF and quiz will arrive directly in your inbox, and then you'll automatically receive all of my new lesson PDFs along with my updates, offers and course launches. Don't forget to connect with me on all of my social media. I've got my Instagram page, English with Lucy. I've got my personal Instagram page, just @Lucy. I've also got my vlogging channel, Lucy Bella, where you can watch fully subtitled vlogs of our life here in the English countryside, and you can use those vlogs for listening practice and to expand your vocabulary. You can also visit my website, englishwithlucy.co.uk, where I've got a fantastic pronunciation tool. You can click on the phonemes and hear how they're pronounced and hear me say words containing those phonemes and sounds. I will see you soon for another lesson. Bye! I used to describe I was entertained by the persons. I was entertained by the performers. Think about what I'm atriving. Let's. Ready? What was the question?